Hi guys, this is Azaline. So for today's video...
Yo, you're too loud!
Hi guys, this is Azaline. So for today's... Hi guys, this is Azaline. Welcome to my channel. So for today's video, we're gonna talk about acid and bases. First of all, what is acid? An acid is a substance that ionizes in water to produce one or more hydrogen ions. Furthermore, acids are molecular compounds that are held together by a covalent bond. When an acid dissolves in water, they form ions and therefore undergo ionization. Okay, so there are two types of acid. The first one is the strong acid and the second one is the weak acid. So, strong acid is completely ionized and has a pH level of 1. It also has many unique uses such as raging steels production, fertilizers, and batteries. So, the next type of acid is the weak acid. A weak acid is an acid that does not produce many hydrogen ions when it is in aqueous solution. It has a pH level of 3 to 5. A weak acid might be in the food you eat, vitamins you take, or the chemicals you use for cleaning. So, now that we learned the two types of acid, we're gonna move on to its properties. Well, acids, So, that's the first thing we learned about acid. In fact, acid means sour in Latin. So, furthermore, acid has no characteristic texture. It can conduct electricity and has less than 7 in pH scale. It is also color red in litmus paper and it reacts with active metals to produce hydrogen gas. It also reacts with carbonates to produce carbon dioxide. So now, let's move on to its examples. So, the first one is acids are used in etching metals. There are different kinds of acid used in etching, such as ferric chloride, nitric acid, muriatic acid, or also known as hydrochloric acid, and copper sulfate. They use this strong acid to take away the undesired metal to create unique designs shown in the picture. Why do they use acid? They use acid because acid can dissolve metal by chemical reaction where acid eats away the exposed metal. This process can be used to etch designs into metal surfaces instead of engraving it by hand. Another example is lemon. Lemon is also an acid that has many uses. First, lemon water. Lemon has an antibacterial property that can cure sore throats just by gargling it. This solution is very effective that when you drink it, you can avoid dizziness and dehydration. Second, lemon fights body problem. If you are experiencing indigestion and bloating, lemon is very effective. It improves your digestive system right away. Lastly, lemon can be used in cleaning kitchen utensils and clothes. Lemon removes dirt from all kinds of metal utensils and helps in reducing stains from the clothes. Vinegar is also an acid and has many uses, especially in our everyday life. Vinegar is good for cleaning any stainless steels around home. It removes stain from the stove by wiping it with damp cloth with vinegar and warm water. It is also effective in cleaning refrigerator and also an effective cleaner for cutting boards. Vinegar is good in sanitizing containers, jars, and vases. Vinegars can also be used in kitchen. Can be used as substitute for ingredients, preserve food, and marinate meat. When you have a problem in your sink, vinegar is the solution. Speed up your home improvement. So therefore, vinegar has various purpose in everyday life. I'm back! So,
2,000 years later.
I'm back! So we already talked about acid and now let's move on to base. What is base? So, base is a substance that dissociates in water to form one or more hydroxide ions. Moreover, bases are made up of ions because they are ionic compounds. When bases dissolve in water, the ions in the base break apart and therefore, the base undergo dissociation. So, we're gonna talk about properties of bases. So first thing, base tastes bitter, unlike acid. It is also slippery to touch like soap, and it can also conduct electricity like acid and greater than 7 in pH scale. It is color blue in litmus paper, and it has no reaction with metal and carbonates. Furthermore, base is an electron donor. So, the first example of base is antacid. Stomach acid is required for good digestion. Poor digestion produces heartburn, and people with heartburn will take antacid, and antacid will reduce stomach acid. Stomach acid is required for good calcium absorption. Calcium carbonate antacids neutralize the stomach acid needed for their absorption. The stomach contains both hydrochloric acid and an enzyme called pepsin, which are required for digestion of proteins. These are both normal and desirable but are also capable of digesting the stomach, which is made mostly of protein. The stomach normally produces a mucus coating that lines the inside to protect it from being digested. The best healing approach is to help the stomach to produce a healthy protective coating. So, what do antacids do? Antacids reduces the acidity of the stomach by chemically absorbing or neutralizing some of the hydrochloric acid. Reducing stomach acid can temporarily relieve irritation of weakened or exposed stomach lining. It can also reduce the acidity of stomach contents, which become reflux into esophagus. But beware guys, because the stomach job is to hold and produce digestive acid and enzymes. When acids are taken regularly, the stomach will sense this and over time, it will increase its acid rate. Taking antacids to reduce acid can lead to production of excessive acid. So, now that we know what acid and base is, we're gonna do a quick experiment. We need to roll the lemon on the counter like a dough. This releases the juice inside the lemon. So, I already cut the lemon in half and carefully squeeze the lemon into a small cup or whatsoever. In an empty glass, we need to put 1 tablespoon of baking soda. So we need to put 1 tablespoon of liquid dishwashing soap to the baking soda. And stir this up a bit. pour the lemon juice into the cup and stir. So watch how the lemons are up. So this is a classic example of an acid and base reaction. This is often done with vinegar and baking soda, but I use the baking soda as a base and the lemon juice as the acid. And when I combine it, it releases carbon dioxide gas. So, that's everything, and thank you for watching, guys. See you on my next vlog. Ciao!